It's the finale! Tensions are high, nerves are higher. Let's do this one last time. The Bamboozlers tied up some of their loose ends. Scar recommissioned Green's TNT launcher from episode 4 and turned it into his roller coaster that he wanted to build the entire series. Jimmy was able to survive until the finale for the first time in the series, and Lizzie, well, I guess she kept her idiots alive. It's too bad all things come to an end eventually. You see, the wild card, or should I say wild cards, were just that. The server cycled through all the previous wild cards. Is what I would say. Apparently we can have Snail's Time Warp Trivia Bot, grow and shrink, randomized mobs, and superpowers, but eating cobblestone is too far. Yeah, we have all of them except episode 2's wildcard. Anyway, Scar died to a snail whilst trying to answer a trivia bot question. Quite a crazy combo of wildcards right there. This led Lizzie and Jimmy into the Bam bunker for a Bam meeting. Alas.
Yeah, I need to kill someone before... Speaking of which, I need to kill someone before I get too fast.
I will fight that.
I'm down. I'm coming down.
Lizzie?
Oh no! It was always gonna be like this, Jim.
No!
Anyway, I'm going to do this in chronological order, but I've done this completely out of order already for the sake of an interesting start to the recap, so let's rewind for a second. The first death actually belonged to our good pal Bigby. He died to a snail in the exact same manner as Scar. Unlike Scar, there wasn't really any interesting drama with his team immediately after, no cool one-liner and explosion, so it's a little anticlimactic. But in saying that, Bigby's death was actually pretty poetic, because if we remember back to episode 3, he was the first to die to a snail, he was the first then, he's the first now. Next on the Grim Reaper's list was Impulse. You see, Impulse actually was one of the few yellows at the start of the session, which makes it more odd that he's up next, until you actually look at it. He lost his yellow life to the return of the invisible snail by the hand of Joel.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, Jem, I've made his snail invisible.
Speeding up.
Yes! Impulse died to a snail! I made it invisible! Let's go!
Then, he rather anticlimactically died to a random creeper spawn egg by Etho. Then, chronologically, we have a real shakeup, a plot twist for the ages. Since Joel was the last yellow, Scott and a few others gunned for him. In the chaos, Scott killed Joel, but he was left with a single fragile heart, instantly broken by an arrow Etho aimed at Joel. If you didn't know, there's a bit of rivalry between Scott and Joel, and so this is kind of a shakeup in the life series. But wait, didn't I say Etho was aiming at Joel? Wasn't he on their, team? Well, my friend, you see, Etho was on every team, meaning he has no team at all. He swore allegiance to the original tough guys, and dispensed chaos to the others. He even killed Jem with his trap, bringing her to red. Then he immediately died to a snail, bringing him to red. Karma exists, guys, and his name is Ethostropod. Ethostropod. How do you say that? Ethostropod? Because it's like gastropod, right? So it should be Ethostropod. Ethostropod? No, that Ethostropod. I'll go with Ethostropod. Anyway, sorry. This wasn't the end for Jem, though, because shortly after this, it was her end. When the multiple wildcard disarray was set in motion, some Vexes got the jump on her and ended her series right then and there. That left Joel all alone. Sure, his rival and main enemy had been eliminated, but he still had a long way to go without his cherished family. Back to Etho, it seems Karma wasn't done with him. He tried to use the same tactic he had used to kill Jem earlier, and it blew him up. You see, he was trying to kill Pearl or Cleo, and, well, we should talk about them. The 4Gs, to quote myself in episode 1, this team is one to be reckoned with, featuring previous season winners and Impulse. It was precisely that fact that made up most of the team's goal. Since most of them had gotten a win before, they were trying to get Impulse a win. But with him gone and their semi-leader / chaos preventer / stability of the group gone, I was talking about Scott there, it left Pearl and Cleo unsure of what to do. Eventually, they decided their next course of action was to just try and kill Joel. Was it revenge for Scott? Honestly, probably not. They just wanted some blood, and Joel was doing too well. Cut back to Joel, he is barely hanging on. I mean, the server had just done the thing where all the wild cards were on at once. Didn't mention that earlier. That's why Jem died. There was trivia, time was warped, snails were on his tail, and chaos reigned supremer than it ever has in this series. Joel wound up at the top of the Bamboozlers mountain, and this is where everyone converged. B-Dubs and Tango were trying to get Green from the top of his cursed tower using wind charges. Tango got B-Dubs instead. Cleo and Pearl climbed the climatic cliff right at this moment. Tango shifted his focus to trying to get at least one kill. He placed the creeper, tried to hit it to the other two, but it didn't budge, and instead blew him up in the face, leaving him with no health, begging for the merciless, fast, and/or furious man standing right behind him to get the kill.
See you later, oops! I didn't think that'd kill him, I just shot him once and he died!
With Tango gone just like that, Pearl and Cleo's focus was on trying to execute their plan, and their plan was named Joel. But unfortunately, Pearl tried to ender Pearl and attack from behind, a fine plan. The unfortunate part is that her Pearl hit the bamboo, dropped her like a sack of bricks 20 blocks down, and this converged her path with Grian as he was leaving the tower. He saw Pearl fall from the sky, and well, she went out almost exactly like Tango, to her own demise. Back to Cleo, she was left alone to execute the plan, and the plan was named Joel. I just said that. Jesse, that's a reused joke. Okay, maybe the bad script is just a thing I do. Oh god. Simple as that. Just kill him, right? I mean, this is the guy who lost nearly all of his last life lives in one session, right? No, this is not the same man. He was the last person on green, yellow, and he was going to be the last one on red as well. This is not Joel fighting for chaos. This is Joel fighting for a family. A family he's now lost. Yeah, no. Cleo turns right around and goes for green. Joel is not worth it. But sadly, it's too late. Joel gets her. A Ren dog, a man who has similarly lost his family and dealt with the grief in one of the strangest ways possible, goes for the kill on the preoccupied Joel. But it also didn't go as planned.
Grizz trapped himself.
That was a horrible
trapped
decision.
myself.
Joel collects another kill. That leaves Green and Joel in the final two. And the thing is, Green's won one of these before, and most of the previous season winners don't try to go for more wins. But come on, Third Life was 4 years ago. He's going for the win. The only mistake he makes is not realizing one simple fact. Green's nervous, shaking, sweating, he's barely hanging on. Joel, on the other hand, Joel's gotten 3 kills. He's already won in his mind. He's not nervous at all. Okay, maybe one more mistake Green made. It's failing the Ender Pearl clutch. There we have it. Joel, Smallish Beans, Vin Diesel, Toretto, Mr. Family himself is our winner. And I'm done! Oh my god, these recaps were so much work. I'm done, guys! And the final episode is only like 4 days late. Let's go!